Hello everyone, I'm Asvin Srivatsangam from Yali Dream Creations. I always wanted to do something with comics. I've been a big fan of this medium, and I had created the Dynast, The Rise of Very Quiet, and Nilakshi, The Quest of Amrit, even before I formed this company, Yali Dream Creations. But every time when I created a book and I had difficulty finding a publisher, so that's when it dawned on me, and why shouldn't I become my own publisher? And also, I carefully chose to choose a region that I know better, which is India. Although I live in California, India sounded appealing to me because one, I'm culturally attached. Two, it's a region where there are fewer comic book publishers who create independent content. It gave me all the more reason to fill the gap. I've been a big fan of Amit Chitragatha, Tinkle, to name a couple of Indian publishers that influenced my early childhood. Later, I found liking for Tintin, Asterix, DC and Marvel, of course. When I grew up, when I wanted to create an entity like Yali Dream Creations, I took an amalgam of all these liking and experience and wanted to bring them in my own way through Yali Dream Creations. So Yali Dream Creations, we made a debut in the year 2013. It was The Caravan. It was written and created by writer Sanjay Gupta. We introduced it in Bangalore Comic Con, and then we went on to create Devi Chaudhrani, a prequel for Caravan called Caravan Blood War, and also then we created Rakshak, which is a 4-part series, and then The Village, which is a standalone graphic novel. The team has been working pretty lean for many years now. We've been collaborating with Sanjay Gupta for a large part of it, and we also collaborated with another writer, Ashok Rajagopalan. But then we are looking to expand our team towards end of this year or beginning of next year, and also hopefully bring in artists who could work for us full time, because so far we've been using them. Most of them as freelancers who've been contributing to us. Again, let's see how it goes. I hope the pandemic also has some silver lining. The concept for Raksha came from writer Sanjay Gupta, and when it came to me, he had called it Dance. Although the story was interesting, a vulnerable amputee superhero, or vigilante to be precise, was interesting premise, but the name was not resonating to what the theme was. So we were discussing a few names, and Rakshak was one of the names that we came up with, and I found it pan-Indian, very appealing, and also one of my friends told me that it has a great recall value, so we stuck to it, and Rakshak it has been. And Rakshak took us 2 years to complete, 350 pages, 4 issues. Pramit Santra, the artist, I think contributed to at least 80% of the pages, and the rest we had new artists, Tadam, Abhilash Pandam, and also we brought in a new set of writers to create the issue 3, because I think we wanted to bring a new flavor. We had subplots, we had sub-characters. It turned out to be pretty interesting. And of course, all these characters will also come in the finale of the issue 4. So I don't know if you have read it, you should. I've been looking at screen adaptation for Rakshak since 2017. Not limited to Rakshak, we're also looking at for other properties, but then CAA, an agency from Bollywood, were representing us, and they found it very interesting. They were asking me names I could suggest, who I prefer, who could be, donning the mantle of Rakshak. Well, one of the names I had spoken was John Abraham. So they took it to him, and then later, a few months later, I think March 2018, I met him in India, Mumbai, India. He was shooting a film. I made an appointment, but he was gracious enough to carved out a time for me in a very short time, and he gave me complete attention even between his shoots. So it was happening at St. Xavier's College, I clearly remember, and also it was a great experience meeting him. That was how we started, and then almost a year later, director Sanjay Gupta reached out to us, and he was really interested in Rakshak, but I, on the other hand, was both anxious and confused. Not because of him, but it's just purely me, because I had been part of the journey with Rakshak for quite some time. But then at the end of it, I thought that he is the right choice. He's producing it through his company Whitefoot Entertainment, and we are also coming in as a co-producer. When I say we all have an offshoot. We have an offshoot of Yali Dream Creations, Yali Dream Works. Think of it like Marvel Comics and Marvel Studios. And I co-formed this company with a seasoned producer, Vivek Rangachari, with whom I have a great chemistry. I think we are on the same page on most of the things, at least I think I would say, and to knock on the wood, we've been in agreement on most of the things. So we saw a vision where we can be the first comic book to a movie company in India, which is a novelty by itself. So we are co-producing Rakshak, and we are looking to do that. Same thing for other properties of ours. So the other news is The Village. The Village has been sold off to an OTT platform. That's an exciting news that we have, and not just that, we have a director attached, Milad Rao. Milad Rao was an AD under Mani Ratnam, and he's made one film, a successful horror film, Avar in Tamil, and in English. I'm sorry, in Hindi it was The House Next Door. So it did pretty well. It was also well received. He's directing it, and the screenplay work for The Village is almost done, and the casting hasn't started. I think we'll make a revelation of who the platform is once the platform makes an announcement. As for Indian superheroes, I think I'll stick to Rakshak. It's been my favorite, because I've been a part of the journey in creating Rakshak. Other independent publishers outside India, I think Image Comics, Boom Studios, they've been doing a fantastic job, and also other publishers, of course, Dark Horse. It's a good time to create comics, and also you're looking at a lot of screen adaptation of many of them. Umbrella Academy, The Boys, and very recently The Last Guardian, and also Warrior Nun was a Netflix series that I really enjoyed. It was published by Antarctic Press, and I think it's a great time to be a comic book publisher, creator, and hopefully this trend of adapting comics to screen, I think hopefully becomes a trend in India. Other Indian publishers, I think Holy Cow Entertainment and Bullseye Press, to name a couple of them. They are into similar space as we are. They do independent content. I also feel that the success of Yali Dream Creations would spur more people to getting into either comic book publishing, writing, and creating. So I think it would be an interesting time. For the Indian comic book fan, I think I'm grateful that you had supported us over the years, and continue supporting us. I'm sure we will repay your kindness with great content for the next few years. Thank you. Stay safe.